What's going on, everybody? So I'm doing something a little different here. I'm gonna imagine we just dropped off our last customer. Now we need to go charge, which is the case. We're getting down to about 20%. So I'm gonna put in the destination. Let's go to our Balboa charging station. It's right next to Vaughn's, one of my more preferred spots. As soon as it's possible to engage, we're gonna see if it can get us all the way there. And we're gonna try to stay on city streets as much as possible. So here we go. No idea how this is gonna go, especially once we actually get to the charger. I want to see if we can actually get into the parking spot and up next to the chargers. I've never really done that, so it's kind of a curiosity, I suppose. Well, let's see if we can find our opportunity to get out of here. We're not really inching forward. It says creeping forward, checking for visibility. There's some movement. Oh wow, and some initiative. Okay, cool. Got a couple of complex maneuvers here to get onto the 8 heading west. So this is a very busy spot. It's also Super Bowl Sunday, so no idea how crazy the roads are really going to be. I imagine a lot of people are going to be getting home to watch the game soon, so shouldn't be too trafficky. Well, let's see how it goes. System's been doing a really good job lately of handling customers and getting me really excited for what we're going to see out of version 11. Now we're in a sticky situation where we're going way too slow, so now this Toyota behind us is going to get into that lane, and we're speeding up. So this is kind of a nightmare scenario, because we need to get over. Oh, and he's got to get into our lane. Oh, it's so funny that the human is kind of doing the same thing the self-driving is doing. So, but hey, at the end of the day, we got through there, and a really solid left turn. And we'll see how we handle this merger onto the highway. It can get a little crazy here, because people will sit in the exit lane, bad habits that humans have, as we're trying to get on, which can be a little jarring at speed. Of course, I am here ready to take over at any time that it's necessary as a good steward of full self-driving. But here we go. This exit lane merges in. You can see why that could be a problem if people were rushing in too fast. And then we need to get over one time to get out of this exit lane. We'll see, we're getting a little congested here. We got this big truck coming up on our left, followed by an SUV. Let's see if we run out of runway. After that, we're clear, totally clear. Now my Navigate on autopilot, as well as my City Streets Beta, they have all the permissions possible. On Navigate on autopilot, I have it to where permissions to change lanes are turned off. I can show you guys real quick. So we've got exit passing lane on because I don't want the car to be inconsiderate. Required lane change confirmation is turned off, as well as lane change notification. Now, even with all of that, it's not a perfect setup in the sense that I still have to give it input in the sense of my hand applying weight to the yoke. But by keeping my hand here the way it is, it prevents the constant "are you there" nag that prevents the execution of lane changes. So if anybody's wondering, it still requires permission, because if I didn't apply any weight to the wheel, it wouldn't change lanes, which is unfortunate. But as long as you just naturally let your hand rest, I don't endorse any nag cheating weights of the sort, or anything of the sort. Just rest your hand on it and everything's fine. Now this is an interesting on-ramp to the 163. Well, I mean, it kind of is the 163 in a way. But there's a double on-ramp here. There's this initial one to the left that the system doesn't even see. See, we'll get into the left lane, but I'm pretty sure, because last time we went through here, it won't even show a brake to where it can go over. It's not registering where these cars are going. See that? No new lane. So it just stays on this, which eventually merges too, so it's really not a problem. But I always thought it was kind of interesting that there's no delineation of a lane there, of an on-ramp or a merging scenario. No, we won't be on the 163 for too long. We're actually going to be getting off of Genesee West, which is another sharp exit, and then staying on Genesee all the way up to the Balboa Superchargers, which is honestly the ideal way to go because it puts the chargers on the right side. However, so the maps chose a really awkward way to do this. It would make a lot more sense for us to track up to Balboa, take the right, and then take another right to get into the parking lot. This is going to have us taking a right by the 7-Eleven to go behind the Kohl's and Vons and up through the back way by a really busy area where you've got restaurants, plaza, shopping center, people. You'll see when we get there. This, yeah, I give it about a 5% chance of success. getting through that actual parking lot. Getting to the charger with the way the system's doing right now, there's a good chance it'll be an interventionless drive. Knock on the wood underneath my carbon fiber wrap there. Since I just said it, you know, we're probably gonna run into some issue. But the parking lot itself is likely gonna be very congested and hard to get through. We'll see. It'll be fun to see what happens regardless. Here comes our exit onto Genesee Avenue West. We've got a little right lead there, which is pretty normal. Kind of sways back and forth. One of the behaviors of Navigate on autopilot. And then a good exit. Decent deceleration. You know, not excessively uncomfortable there. Flowing down right into this nice sharp corner. Now, this is a no turn on red scenario. So this might be where we're kind of screwed if we don't make it through this light. Oh no, I'm wrong. Never mind. This is a turn right on red. I really thought this is... Oh, it's a no left turn. Sorry. False alarm. We're likely okay because it is a right on red scenario. We got a nice big Dodge Ram behind us though, and ooh, we led and then hit the brakes there. Man, all right. Beta's kind of getting the initiative now. Good stuff. That was actually pretty good. It saw an opportunity it was going to take, and then it, you know, aborted, which was smart because that Honda, whatever that is, that white car up there was a lot closer to us than we thought. This is going to be one of those typical Ram truck drive. I love trucks. I drive trucks. I play American Truck Simulator driving 18-wheelers. But don't be the asshole that rides people's bumpers. Come on, man. Anyway, we're cruising through here pretty slow. I guess this is a really low speed limit if this is accurate. 44 kilometers an hour is really, really slow. We're going for Freedom Units users, that's 27 miles an hour. And I don't see any speed limit markers to suggest that it is too low. I don't know. But we'll fast forward through this light and get on with it. The speed limit up there is 40 miles an hour. All right, as we get moving here, the speed limit up here I can see is 40 miles an hour, which translates into 72 kilometers an hour. So yeah, I don't know what the disconnect is on that part of Genesee that we just left. But yeah, as we come up here to this, it should see it and change to 72K as our top speed. Or 64, sorry. 72 is my 10% offset. 72 is about 45 miles an hour. I don't know. I am sort of unit bilingual in a way. I'm bimetric. Wait, by unit? I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. I know both. Regular time, military time, freedom units, metric system, some of the medical conversions, whatever. But yeah, now we're up to a more comfortable speed, coming into a nice merge here. As this guy really got up next to us, it caused the system to hit the brakes a bit there. I really am enjoying this finesse and control the system's had. It's not been perfect. You know, again, my success rate with customers is still around 15 to 20%. And I have wanted to go back into the RoboTaxi reports for a long time, trying to figure out the balance between work and the amount of effort that goes into those. But they are going to be coming back. I love the data science approach of this way too much to not do them ever again. I am planning to do them bi-weekly, as long as I can sustain that, or if anything, monthly. It definitely won't be every Monday like it was in the old days. But what I'm waiting for is the next update, to get out of 10.69, because the last couple of RoboTaxi reports, if you go back, we were still looking at 10.69. It was the earlier patch builds of it, 6.9.2, 6.9.1, like a lot of 6.9's been around for a long time. So at the close of 10.69, I'm going to put all that into its own data point measured up against the other ones from the previous videos, and we'll get back to actually measuring the system through the RoboTaxi reports, where we look at the actual RoboTaxi trip, success versus failures, as well as, you know, disengagements per kilometer, as well as kilometers per disengagement, like the ways I've liked presenting it. If you haven't seen the RoboTaxi reports, there is a playlist on my channel with them, and I will link that playlist in the description. It's pretty much in the description of every video, so it's very much more data heavy and nerdy. It's not as exciting as, you know, challenge videos or custom reactions videos, but it's the bread and butter of like what I actually love, which is science and experimentation and data analytics and looking at a thing and how it progresses over time. And I'm sure I'm not an expert in the field by any means, but I do understand how the scientific method works very well as, you know, analyzing progress and, you know, measuring things accurately and objectively. So very long-winded to say a long-winded way, of saying that the RoboTaxi reports are coming back, starting with the version 11 release. That way we can start to see further progress on a new build, especially the big one, version 11. But anyway, we're coming up to the end of this trip here, and that was a really good controlled decel, compensating for that rapid red light with this vehicle in front of us, traveling rather fast. Now we're at the 72k speed limit, which is about to shift to 56 as we hit this 35-mile-an-hour sign up here. But cruising through at 80k, the 10% offset I give it, and then coming into a red light like that, it'd be a little jarring sometimes. That was the fault of a lot of people's safety scores going down with heavy braking back when that was a big factor. At least if you weren't in full self-driving. This guy poking out. FSD does a fantastic job of getting around him. Oh, but overcommitted and went too far to the right, and now we're in a situation where we got to get back over. Oh no. Because now we got a Honda here on our quarter panel, which is far enough back now that we could make this lane change. But we're not. Too late. Okay, no, we're clear. We're clear. But this is our turn. But we got somebody coming in, and I'm going to hit the brakes because, all right, he's going to let us through, which is awesome. But that was the FSD being a little bit too California, if you know what I mean. So we almost made it. All right, but to see if it can handle this, because I talked up how hard it's going to be, let's see if we can actually get into this parking lot. But that's a case where, hey, be courteous to other drivers. If you foresee a situation where you could be an inconvenience or perceived as rude, just take over. Don't be that person. Alrighty, let's see if we can get in here. Alright, I'm sort of compensating on the throttle to just barely... Oh, jeez, that was excessive. Alright, Mew. Alright. I'm going to adjust the speed way down. So this is the really tough... Yeah, see, restaurants, Kohl's, Vons, stop signs, people. I don't imagine Mew is going to be too happy going through here. Mew is my car's name. Mew as a nickname for Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. Just for anybody who's like, wait, what's that mean? All right, come on, buddy. You gotta inch forward. It's trying to parse its way through this curve and in between these cars. And as long as this Mercedes stays put, we should be okay. Oh man, we're doing halfway decent through here, which is really not expected. Okay. All right, here we go. Whoa, yep, didn't like it. It didn't like it at all. It's like, yo, there's cars and pedestrians. What is happening? I didn't have to take over yet. This guy's backing up. We need to... I'm going to take us down to 10 clicks. What are you doing? Okay, no one behind us. Girl to our right. I don't want to make her uncomfortable. Good job staying away. Is this guy going to back up? It is, and the Beta stopped, but we're inching forward. Okay, I'm going to take over because this truck doesn't know how to park. Now he's not backing up. We are going to continue then. Oh, nice wrap. Oh no, Tesla on a tow truck. Okay, so we don't have a stop here, which is not good, but the system's smart enough to slow down and wait. Okay, now there's a line at this charger, so I am going to take over and put us on the right side of it. All right, so we're pulling up to the spot where you typically wait in line. If you don't know and you live in San Diego, this is typically the side that you'll sit on when it comes to waiting to get a supercharging stall. All right, so as we hook up, that was a fun route. That wasn't too bad. It's definitely unnerving, and I do not recommend that the average beta tester run through parking lots. I've got over 600 hours on the system. I am probably one of, if not the most experienced FSD beta tester on the planet. Yes, I mean that. I've also got the, time and data to back that up. That is to say, humble brag aside, that take these kinds of areas very seriously. Don't just run in with the FSD beta into densely populated areas. You've got to be smart. It's a great system, but you've got to be smart, be alert, be aware, be ready, know your limitations. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.